Hey there guys, so first I apologize if there's a weird hazy light thing going on above my head. It's because my window is right behind me and it's light outside and I don't want to shut my curtains because then it gets weird and dark in here. So I'm going to keep that open and you can just pretend I have a halo or something. That's cool. So Spencer, I really liked your video yesterday because I am very, very glad I didn't have to respond to James. His video was very good on Monday and it was good to see that he had a better view on things than on Thursday. I think it was Thursday. I don't know days of the week anymore. So I was very glad that you got to respond to him and that you did so in a way that I can actually respond to you now, because I am not good at responding unless there's a good focus of conversation already going. So yeah, that's definitely something you appear to be better at than me, because I don't have the determination to watch somebody's video like 7,000 times to find something to respond to. So anyway, you mentioned in your video how a lot of times we have this bias to find things to not like about something or someone or somewhere or anything. And I think that Hank was the one that mentioned that in a recent video, where it was a type of bias where you're collecting things that you don't like about something because you just had an initial impression not to like it. So you don't like something, so you nitpick and you find more and more things not to like, even if you shouldn't not like that in the first place, and I apologize for the double negative there. And it's just this weird sort of bias that everybody does, really, or most everybody does, and you really can't help it because it's just completely natural to the human nature. But it also works in the other way, as I've found in the past few days, really. As the best example that I can think of right now would be books, because I just read this book last week, and then I read this book recently, like I finished it yesterday, and they are fantastic. I realized last week that I hadn't read the fifth book, and I needed to fix that. I had seen both the fifth and sixth movies, so I knew what the storyline was for both of them, but I found myself, as I was reading, finding more and more things that I really, really liked and hadn't noticed before, and I was picking it apart and finding more things that I enjoyed about the series that before I had a general like of the series, but now I have a minor obsession of the series, because that's what I tend to do with things like this. So it works in the same way, whereas you were finding things to not like about what James was saying, I was finding things to love about what Joe is saying in the books. And I think that that's very strange, that we can use the same ability to either a negative extent or a positive extent, and I think it says a lot about people in general, that we have that ability to go either negative or positive, and some people choose to go one way and some people choose to go the other way. Most people choose to go both because it's something that we don't really think about. By the way, I'm not saying that you only think about things in a negative way, and I'm also not saying that I only think about things in a positive way. That's totally not true. So yes, I just found that very, very interesting, and that goes back to the point that James said quite a while ago now, that people are fascinating, that we have this ability to think both positively and negatively using the same techniques, if you will, and I find that just very, very awesome. You also mentioned right at the end of your video that words are awesome, and as much as I want to talk about that, because I do love me some words, that sounds weird, I won't actually talk about that because there's such a broad field of what I could talk about there that I don't want to just completely take this into a completely different direction. But I will agree with you on the front that words are amazing and interesting and very, very cool. And even just looking in different languages and stuff like that, that's just very cool. I don't know, maybe we could talk about that at some point in the future, because that will be a very interesting topic, because words are very cool. So yeah, I'm gonna go because I have to go, like, do stuff. I don't know, I might make some more paper cranes. They're cute. These are the only size I can make because this is the only paper that I have. So I will see Katie tomorrow.